Chances are over the last week, you've had some form of revelation, breakthrough, or maybe breakdown emotionally. And that is because we had a lunar eclipse in Pisces, but that's only one half of the story. Because as we get closer to September 21st, the energy of the solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 degrees starts to rise. So in today's video, I want to share everything you need to know about the solar eclipse happening in Virgo on the 21st of September, what it's going to bring up for you that could change the trajectory of your life, and how to align to these energies to your benefit. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Isabel, your spiritual rebel friend, and today we're talking about the solar eclipse that is coming up in the sign of Virgo at 29 degrees on September 21st of 2025. In today's video specifically, I'm going to cover what a solar eclipse is, when this solar eclipse in Virgo takes place as far as time period we can feel its effects, the planets and points that are affecting this solar eclipse, your sign's horoscope of where the solar eclipse in Virgo will affect you, and then advice, action steps, and prompts for the solar eclipse in Virgo. So if you are someone who's already starting to feel this energy of change, who's experienced a sense of revelation around this eclipse season, if you're someone who is looking for more advice and guidance, watch through to the end of this video where I'm going to share some practical tips for you to align to this energy of the Virgo solar eclipse that can be one of the most intense lunations of the year, regardless of your sign. And of course, I'll also share some of my offerings that may help you as well. With offerings in mind, if you're someone who wants to go deeper into how the solar eclipse will affect you based off of your unique birth chart, I invite you to book a reading down in the description box below, where in 1 hour we can dive deep into your soul's unique energetic imprint and how this eclipse will uniquely affect you. More about readings again at the end of this video, but I don't want to make this intro long, so let's get into this solar eclipse, starting off first with what is a solar eclipse in the first place? Solar eclipse is a new moon times 10 as far as energies. And so when we have a solar eclipse, though it already has a striking appearance in the sky when it is a total solar eclipse, we can expect accentuated new beginnings, as this is the main theme that comes up when we have a new moon. New moons bring new beginnings, new opportunities, and also new intentions. And so it's really 50-50, where some of us experience this sense of I'm doing something new, or just I'm thinking about doing something new. It really depends on the individual, but nonetheless, with a new moon solar eclipse happening, we can experience this sense of new opportunities coming our way, new people, new experiences, new life trajectory, something that forces us, so to say, to do something new, or just a new insight. We could have new revelations, new perspectives. And so I will touch on in today's video, especially for your sign's horoscope, how this can play out in both ways, whether it's new intention or new action. But nonetheless, a solar eclipse is a time where we can experience intense new beginnings and new opportunities coming our way that shift our life over a 6-month period. I can tell you that with the last solar eclipse we had around October, beginning of October of last year, I believe, I met some new people who I kind of just put on the back burner at first in my life. And they turned out 6 months later, as we had this energy peaking and fading and culminating, so to say, with the next eclipse season, I realized how important they had become in my life. So there could be new people coming into your life with the solar eclipse. Nonetheless, eclipses bring in fated destined events that align us to our soul's path and purpose for fulfillment. And so this new moon solar eclipse is the final piece to the puzzle of this eclipse season, with the first half being the lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th. That is starting us off in a new initiation, a new beginning. We received something likely, whether it was an insight or an experience, with the lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th. And now with the solar eclipse in Virgo, we now have space in our life to initiate something new that is more healthy for us overall. And given that this is happening at 29 degrees, is going to bring this energy of finality to it, which we'll talk about more in a minute. But now that you have a general idea of what a solar eclipse is all about astrologically, let's get into what this solar eclipse in Virgo on 21st of the month at 29 degrees is bringing up. With this solar eclipse happening in the sign of Virgo, we are initiating something new that changes our way of being habitual, being selfless, service-oriented, our expectations, our judgments, as well as our health habits and routines, as these are all Virgo themes. This is going to shift our relationship with stability, perfectionism, and criticism. I'm curious for you to rewind this segment in just a minute and pick out which of those words that I said resonated with you the most, because chances are that is the major theme that will be shifting for you with this eclipse. It can be all of them, or it could be just one of them. Overall, this solar eclipse being in Virgo invites a new beginning in relationship to how we embrace these traits. So I would guess that for many of us, we are initiating some new form of physical change, physical environmental change that encourages less criticism, less perfectionism, and more stability. This is where the South Node has been transiting, Virgo, that is, since January of 2025. And so we have all been transforming our relationship with the Virgo archetype. We have been releasing the perfectionistic, critical, overly materialistic traits that are no longer serving us. And now that we've had all this year so far, this period to realize what needed to be released, we now can align with Virgo's energies in a more positive way. Because in the end, with the South Node in Virgo, which is heavily affecting this eclipse and tying into these eclipse themes, we now have an idea of, this is how I want stability to show up in my life. This is where it's good to be focused on the material reality, and this is where it's not. We're shifting our physical environment, I believe, because this is a Virgo eclipse. This has to do with the physical realm, as this is a earth sign. Not only is this solar eclipse all about initiating something new that changes our physical environment, there is one major planet involved. So to talk about the planets and points that are affecting this solar eclipse, there really is only one in particular that is playing a role that could change our relationship with how we interact with structure and stability, especially. That is because we have Saturn retrograde in Pisces, directly opposing this solar eclipse. Saturn is the planet of karma, time, restriction, structure, and discipline. With it in the sign of Pisces, it really highlights, in my interpretation, this relationship with our shoulds regarding emotional expectations and how we set emotional boundaries. It's basically these non-physical parameters that we create that give us restriction in our reality. It's like where we tell ourselves we have to be nice to certain people, or that we have to let other people push us around, at least I believe. And so with this solar eclipse opposing Saturn, we may find that there is a power struggle dynamic potentially being presented. Now, that doesn't mean that the solar eclipse is going to be negative, but it does mean we have to assess what our shoulds really are and what's really in alignment for us, especially because Virgo wants to be a selfless sign. And so we all have this quality where we want to be selfless, but we're learning with this solar eclipse how to be selfless from a healthy place, rather than from having no boundaries, letting other people push us around, or disregarding our energetic needs. So that is your general overview of what exactly may be coming up with the solar eclipse in Virgo. Now let's get into your sign's horoscope, into how this solar eclipse will likely affect you, especially because this still ties into the story of the lunar eclipse in Pisces. Because with the lunar eclipse in Pisces, we released and received something, and now we have space to begin something new. It's like we offloaded something and got a new skill set, so now we can propel ourselves forward. A full moon lunar eclipse is a time to receive. And so we are probably felt like in the last couple of weeks that life has been on pause because we've been waiting for something to bloom, to grow, to land in our hands. And now that we have this tool, now that we have this thing that we've awaited in some form, now this solar eclipse says, now you can go ahead. Now you can take the next step. And so I will be tying the lunar eclipse hopefully into most of my interpretations. I usually do my horoscopes very, so to say, intuitively without script. So we'll see what comes up for each sign. My fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. The new moon's solar eclipse happening in Virgo at 29 degrees brings an opportunity for a new beginning in regards to your work, finances, career, profession, and income. So there's something maybe happening here, a new opportunity coming in, a new person coming in to give you this opportunity that shifts how you interact with your work on a day-to-day basis, the career that you do, your profession, as well as your finances. This overall has to do with work and finances overall for all three of my fire signs. So some form of new opportunity could be coming here for you with the solar eclipse in Virgo. Additionally, this could just be about new intentions, new realizations. Something could be coming into your life that gives you a realization about what you want to do for work, how you want to do the work you want to do, and how much you want to make doing it. So there's some sort of mental or physical shift related to your finances, your income, the way you make income, the way you make money, the work that you do, how you do it, how it affects your daily routine and your health, and the profession that you do. For my earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising, the new moon solar eclipse happening at 29 degrees of Virgo and a fellow earth sign will be felt very positively for you guys as you are a fellow earth sign, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising. With this solar eclipse activating your guys' first, ninth, and fifth house, this really is a story for all three earth signs about bringing to light new opportunities to be you, to align with the things about that make you who you are, to feel truly authentic, whether that's authentic because you're now pursuing a passion, changing your appearance, or shifting in more alignment with your personal beliefs. Something is coming up that really brings who you are to light and feeling like this is who I am and this is how I want to live my life. So this really has to do with your self story, earth signs. And so something could be coming in that shifts who you are in a mental realization way, or something could be coming in that makes you more seen for who you already are. So this could be about a mental realization about the things that make you who you are and how you define yourself, or this could be something coming in that shifts your actual personal beliefs, your actual appearance, and your actual passions in some form or fashion. For my air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, sun, moon, and rising, this new moon solar eclipse happening in Virgo at 29 degrees on the 21st is bringing in a new opportunity, a new beginning, a fated connection of some kind that really helps you understand what you want in the closer areas of your life. So this has to do with your close relationships, your home, which is the people who are close to you as well physically, as well as your close relationship with your mind. So these are the more vulnerable settings of your life and some form of new beginning coming here. I will say specifically for my Gemini, sun, moon, and risings that this could be a move or change of home. And for my Aquarius and Libra, sun, moon, and risings, this more has to do with maybe unearthing some sort of unconscious belief and wound that has kept you stuck. So this could be a very healing phase for my Libra and Aquarius risings. But regardless, all three air signs, you guys are really getting to align, whether it's because of an opportunity coming up or a realization coming to light. You're shifting what these vulnerable areas of your life mean to you and how you want to align to them. Chances are maybe about 2 weeks ago, you had something come to light, a realization that changed maybe something more physical in your world, maybe something that has to do more with your career, your profession, but now it's created space for you to focus on your more vulnerable side of your life, the places that are hidden behind closed doors, and you're getting to begin something new here. Finally, last but certainly not the least, for my water, sun, moon, and risings, whether that is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, this new moon solar eclipse in Virgo brings to light a new opportunity for your social realms. For specifically my Pisces, sun, moon, and risings, you guys are going to feel this very strongly as it's on your axis, as well as Virgos, of course, are going to feel this strongly. Check out your 2025 horoscope for more on that, and your September horoscope as well. But for all my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, this is a time for you to begin anew and just simply put your social realms to connect with someone more deeply. This could be a time where you're bringing in new social connections to your life. You could be meeting new people especially. Or simply put, there's two sides to this equation. We could say a new opportunity for social connections in stable ways, or for my water, sun, moon, and risings, this could be a realization that shifts how you interact with your social settings. Either way, this is an opportunity for a new beginning with how you relate to others, how you connect with them, and how you find a sense of stability through your social networks and maybe even your social belonging. To wrap up this video, what do I recommend? Advice, action steps, and prompts, so to say, for this solar eclipse in Virgo. I'm going to keep this very short because I want to keep this video short. And in the end, with a solar eclipse, I will say that, to be frank and honest, that usually we can't predict what's coming up. It feels also like nothing actually happens at first. It usually feels like during the solar eclipse, we're like waiting for this big firework to go off and nothing ever happens. It isn't until 6 months later that we actually start to see the picture of what actually took place and how big of a transition period this is. Overall though, what I would recommend, the main thing for everyone to think about, given that this is a Virgo eclipse and this is where the South Node is what have I learned over this year about perfectionism, criticism, and judgment. What am I ready to release in that regard? And how do I want stability, judgment, analysis, practicality, and realism to show up in my life? What can I actually implement into my life to bring more stability? I would invite you all to think back to August 23rd when we had our first new moon in Virgo at 0 degrees. Reference what is going on in your life now in comparison to what was going on then around August 23rd, and what feels called to come back, and what do you feel like, I tried that out, didn't work well. Overall, the universe is pulling the strings of fate to bring things into our life and pull things out. So really, a solar eclipse in Virgo really invites us to respond to what's coming up rather than create. It's not to say you guys can't take any action, but overall, I do think that solar eclipses are more of this energy of something coming in or something being shifted. We're being called to be aware, observe, and react more so. And align, because we already set into motion our intentions back on August 23rd regarding this Virgo part of our sky, what we want in this regard. And now it's coming to fruition in many ways, to be initiated, to bring in a new beginning. So what I would also invite you to think about is, if any new beginning were to happen for you, what would you want that to be? Would it be, I want a new relationship? Would it be, I just want a stable job? Would it be, I want to move? I really want to move to this place. What would the new beginning be that you're hoping for? What would the new opportunity be that you're hoping comes in? I really think that is the biggest thing to consider during this time. And as far as action steps, because I really do feel like I covered advice and prompts to be in more of a responsive state of being, I would recommend focusing on stability as we get closer to the eclipse and seeing what natural forms of stability you can incorporate into your life without forcing it. What forms of stability, whether that's a meal prep or a social group, what brings you stability, and how can you see if this naturally falls into your life? Overall, I think that there's not many things we can do, so to say, during this new moon other than observe, reflect, and anticipate in many ways. This solar eclipse is bringing you exactly what you've asked for, and if anything, something greater than what you've asked for. So maybe think back specifically and continue to think back to August 23rd and what you were really looking for around then, and consider what is the new opportunity you're really hoping presents itself. So let me know down in the comments below, what is your sun, moon, and rising? What are you feeling as we near this solar eclipse that is going to change our lives in so many ways, more than we ever know, on the 21st of September at 29 degrees of Virgo? What did I miss regarding the solar eclipse? What do you hope I touched on more? Let me know down in the comments below. If you want to go deeper into how exactly this solar eclipse will play out for you based off of your sun, moon, and rising, your entire chart, and how this Saturn opposition is going to affect you, then I invite you to book a reading down in the description box below. My schedule does fill up pretty fast. I do still have some availability for that week of the 21st of September and the week leading up to it. So I'd recommend that if you're considering it, book now, because I usually only allow one client per day, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but that's just what I choose to do. And so if you want to get a slot before the solar eclipse to get your horoscope, I invite you to do so now. The link is in the description box below. Check out my other offerings on my website, including my workbooks, courses, workshops, and more. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more videos breaking down the stars and more. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sincerely hope you enjoyed. Once again, my name is Isabel, from my heart to yours, and namaste.